Hello and welcome to the annual general meeting for Oak Tree Retirement Villages, Kingston. My name is Dan and I'm one of the financial accountants that look after villages here at Oak Tree. As noted in the AGM packs previously provided to you, due to the impact of COVID-19 and the various travel restrictions in place, we have unfortunately had to deliver this AGM for FY21 via video. The format of this recording will be the same as one delivered in person, and I'll be working through the financial statements and the variances in spend to last year. I'll be working through that, and you can follow along with the packs that have been provided to you. Prior to doing this, I will go through the annual meeting guidance, and this will provide a refresher of the different types of funds for the village. So moving through to the annual meeting guidance, I'll start with the village accounts. So this account is funded by the residents through their weekly charges. It covers all village expenses such as wages, rates, water, electricity, insurance, gardening and community centre amenities. We do get a quantity surveyor report. We get one every year, so they will do a site visit every 3 years and an update in the alternate 2 years. And it provides guidance for the spend that needs to occur over a 10-year period. Moving down, we have the Maintenance Reserve Fund, or MRF. So this is also funded by the residents through their weekly fees, and it covers all village preventative maintenance and ad hoc maintenance activities in the village. And it works similarly to a sinking fund in a body corporate situation, where we're putting money aside for current and also future village maintenance. Examples of this type of maintenance would be gate repairs, oven repairs, termite and pest control checks, garden mulching, and also painting. And then lastly there we have capital replacement. And just to note, Oak Tree do fund any of the capital replacement that needs to happen in the village as per the legislation. So I'm just noting there, at the start of the financial statements, you'll see the audit opinion. So the auditors for the current year were BDO. And just noting there, BDO believe that the accounts represent fairly the financial position of the Kingston Village at 30th of June 2021. So I'll start with the village accounts if you flick over to the starting page there. And I'll work through some of the key items that we identified. So just noting, the general service charges collected for FY 2021 were $315,616. Moving down through some of the expenditure, we had management services. So management service comprises a number of items, including wages for your village manager, annual leave, on costs, as well as such as items like bank fees for the village. Noting that this is $4,144 lower in the current year as compared to last year, and this is mainly due to the allocation of wages. So the finance team undertook an exercise in May to ensure that all wages were correctly allocated to the village, whilst this didn't occur in FY20, so hence the movement between the years there. Moving down to community centre services and amenities. So noting that this line includes items such as computer running costs, community centre cleaning and also the amenities, and it also includes telephone and internet costs as well. So you'll note this expense line is $2,805 higher in the current year as compared to last year, and this is predominantly due to the costs associated with computer running costs. It's approximately $2,500 higher in financial year 2021, and this was due to an increase in the volume of printing required for communications. This was due to COVID-19 lockdowns. The expense is based on actual prints, so prints each page and the cost of each page printing, as well as the rental equipment for the actual printer. Moving down to electricity, noting here that electricity has decreased by $12,940, and this is from $6,389 in FY20 to a benefit to the village of $6,551. This has been predominantly due to a decrease in consumption as well as a reduction in the unit costs. There has also been significant meters to cash payments, with the timing of the payments impacting the overall balance. So noting that in August there was a payment relating to the previous financial year, so FY20, that has significantly benefited the village in the current year. Moving down to compliance activity. So compliance activity includes items such as test and tagging, fire testing, and also the village emergency lighting. So this has increased by $1,129 in the current year, and that's due to the timing of work that was performed, with the major expense here being the RCD and smoke alarm testing throughout the village. Moving down to insurance. So this covers the property and public liability insurance for the village, and it's a cost that Oaktree can't control directly. So each year at renewal time, what we will do is go to the market to a number of underwriters for different quotes, and that's just to try and get the most competitively priced insurance while still maintaining the necessary level of cover for the village. And just noting here that it was $7,031 higher in the current year as compared to last year. So I'll go to the next page, which is the village balance sheet. And the item to note here is the bank account balance. So at 30 June 2021, the bank balance for the village accounts was $101,813. I'll turn the page again to the village notes. So note 3 for insurance. Just to note here, there were no insurance claims in FY 2021. If we turn the page again, we will get to the Maintenance Reserve Fund profit and loss statement, and I'll start going through these items. So at the top, again, just noting the contributions by the residents, and these were $52,287 for the year. Going down through some of the expenditure lines, so we have contingency. So contingency works as a catch-all for any expenses that don't fall in within the other maintenance reserve fund categories. And noting here that this is $2,601 lower than FY20, and that's due to just no spend in the current year on contingency items. Moving down to external cleaning of villas. So this expense relates to the labour for the external cleaning of the villas. The work is laid out in the quantity surveyor reports, and there is an increase of $2,366 in the current year compared to last year. And this is purely due to the scope of works between years. So the scope of works for this year is increased as compared to last year, and so has the necessary expense. Moving down to fire equipment service. So fire equipment service relates to the work required on fire hydrants, smoke alarms around the village, and noting the expense in the current year relates to the annual fire testing there. Moving down to general repairs. So noting here, general repairs has reduced by $8,116. This reduction is due to the nature of the account. So there's just minimal spend being required on general repairs this year as compared to what was spent last year. If we move down to painting, so you can see painting is also reduced by $8,309 as compared to last year, and this is due to the scope of works again outlined in the quantity surveyor report, with a number of villas due for their repaint and refresh of external surfaces. Moving down to plumbing and drain repairs, so noting here the spend for plumbing is $4,660 higher than last year, and this was due to significant repairs being needed across a number of villas, so just the increased scope of works as compared to last year there. If we turn the page again, you'll see the Maintenance Reserve Fund balance sheet, and again just noting the bank account balance at 30 June 2021 of $125,305, and that's just a healthy balance sitting there in your Maintenance Reserve Fund for any future repairs that need to occur. So that brings to an end the annual general meeting for Kingston. Thank you for watching the video, and hopefully we'll be able to visit in person next year.